Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to do binomial expansion without the need of a calculator. And what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this little program that I wrote that randomly generates a question and it tells you what the answer is. By the way, this is a jar file, a Java file, so it'll only run on your computer if you've installed Java. But basically what it does is it gives you a question and it asks you expand it, and then there's the answer, and it's random each time. The powers go up to like 8, but let me pick a question to have a go at. Let's see, there's something nice. Let's see, let's try, okay, let's try this. 2x minus 1 to the power of 6. Okay, so question was to expand 2x minus 1 to the power of 6. Okay, and we're not going to use a calculator. Now, first of all, the power on the outside of the bracket is 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the 6th row in Pascal's triangle to work out what the numbers would be that would multiply the that will end up being part of the coefficient. You could use the formula, so you've probably been taught the formula n choose r, which is equal to n factorial over r factorial times n minus r factorial. And that's fine, you can use that. I just find just going to the 6th row in Pascal's triangle is quite quick. So 1 1 1 1 2 1 1 3 3 1 1 4 6 4 1 1 5 10 10 5 and 1, and it's 1 6. So this is the row I want. 1 6 15 20 15 6 and 1, right? Okay, so these are the numbers I'm going to be working with. 1 6 15 20 15 6 and 1. Okay, so let's start working out. So first of all, it's going to be, so this is the first part of the expression, and then this is the second part of the expression. So what happens is this. First of all, you start with the number 1, which is because it's this number we're dealing with, and then you pick the first part, 2x, and that's always going to be to the power of whatever is on the bracket here, so that's going to be power 6. Okay, the minus 1 comes in next now, so the next part is going to be positive 6, and it's going to times this thing here, 2x, but the power is now going to be 1 less than what you started with, so that's 6. So for this term is going to be 5, and then you're going to start to include minus 1 now, and it's to the power of 1, but I'm not going to write the 1 there. And technically there is a minus 1 here, but it's to the power of 0, which ends up being 1 anyway. Okay, so that's the first and second term. The third term is going to be the next number along, which is 15 times, right? Okay, so the first part is going to be 2x to the power of, well, okay, so what happens is it goes 6 5 and then it becomes 4 here, and it's going to be minus 1 to the power of, well, it's 1 there, and it'll increase by 1 to 2, so it goes 1 2. Okay, the next part is going to be 20, 2x to the power of, so let's see what the power is, 6 5 4 3, and it's going to be minus 1 to the power of 1 2 3. Okay, and then I'm going to run out of room here. 15, which is this next number, 2x to the power of 2, and minus 1 to the power of 4, and the next term is going to be 6 times, what are we on, 2x, okay, to the power of 1 now, because it goes 2 to 1 now, and minus 1 to the power of 5, and the last term I'm going to have to squeeze in at the end here is going to be 1 times minus 1 to the power of 6. Okay, so look at what happened to the power. The first part starts with 6 and it goes 6 5 4 3 2 1 and technically 0, but you don't need to include it at the end. The other one doesn't appear at the front because it goes 0, and then it goes to the power of 1 2 3 4 5 and then 6 at the very end. Okay, now it's just a simple case of working things out well. Okay, so 2 to the power of 6, 2 to the power of 6 we know is 64, so that's going to be raised to the power of 6, and that's 64, and when you times it by 1 it's going to be 64 anyway, and then it's x to the power of 6 plus, okay, well, it might not be plus actually, so let me rub that out. Okay, so the next part is going to be, okay, well, what's 2 to the power of 5? 2 to the power of 5 is 32, and you're going to times that by 6, and then eventually times that by minus 1, so you're going to get a minus 192. You can do the working out later. So it's 32 times 6 times minus 1. Oops, times minus 1. And then x to the power of 5. Okay, the next term, let's see, is going to be 15 times 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Times 15 is 240. Times minus 1 to the power of 2, which is just 1. So it's going to be a positive term, 240 x to the power of 4, because everything in this bracket is going to be raised to the power of 4. Okay, the next term, well, we know it's going to be negative, okay, because it's minus 1 to the power of 3, so it's automatically going to be negative. But it's going to be 20 times 2 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 3 is 8, and 8 times 20 is 160, so it's going to be minus 160 x cubed. Okay, and the next one is going to be 15 2 to the power of 4, and by the way, it's positive, because it's minus 1 to the power of 4, an even power, so it's going to turn it back to a positive again. So it's 15 times 4, which is 60. So 60x squared. Okay, the next term is going to be 6 times 2, which is going to be 12, but it's going to be negative because it's minus 1 to the power of 5. So it's going to be negative 12 and just an x. And the last term is just going to be positive 1. There we go. That's it. So shall we see if we're right? So what was the answer? 64x to the power of 6 minus 192x to the power of 5 plus 240x to the power of 4 minus 160x cubed plus 60x squared minus 12x plus 1. Right then, let's press the answer button and pray we got it right. Okay, so how have we got it right? 64x to the power of 6, yes. Minus 192x to the power of 5, yes. 240x to the power of 4, yep. Minus 160x cubed plus 60x squared minus 12x plus 1. Spot on. Okay, so you can try all different ones. So just click a new question. There's the answer. See if you get it right, and you know, keep going until you get it right, until you're really happy that you nailed it. Because you guaranteed that on the standard level paper, you're definitely going to have one question to do with binomial expansion. So you got to try and nail it, basically, right? Okay, thank you for watching. Please download the clip, it is just below, and just a reminder that it is a jar file, so it will only run if you've got Java on your laptop. Thank you for watching.